Like the Thundercats, but it's a group of all snarfs. 4 people came together to derail an epic adventure with bad goofs and poor decisions. This is +4 friends.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the adventurers came to Southampton for the autumn solstice celebration.
They all
I
bought
made
a t-shirt.
pickles.
This man made pickles.
Got some grapes.
She decorated graves with flowers.
Come on, let me do something cooler like skulls.
She decorated it with skulls and other badass accoutrements.
So wait, you decorate dead things with more dead things?
It's called sugar skulls.
Yes,
It's made out of candy to attract the children.
It's a sacred rite of passage, Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew.
Yeah.
And the tiny dwarf helped salt and pepper venison because the dumb people of the village of Southampton didn't know about seasoning.
Were they all white?
They were all white.
I knew it.
Then they went on a boar. Not a hunted boar, but
a haunted boar.
a haunted boar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Filled with
Candy.
some sort of demon and candy.
Meat candy.
Then, during the fight, Dagmar's spiritual weapon, which looked like a badass motherfucking scythe, got hijacked by a man named the Harvester. Then the 3 adventurers...
It ended pretty anticlimactically when they were just...
It kind of ended anticlimactically. Then they talked to a man named Tuck Cassidy, the spiritual leader of Southampton. And this is where we resume our episode.
Dude, you have like 2 lines of notes. How did you get all of that from that?
Because I'm good.
Because it's +4
I'm a
friends
good
abridged.
I
man.
am good.
I'm good
at
member man.
Member man.
Member man.
Yes.
Remember the woman.
Oh, if only you guys let them eat those haunted sausages. It would have been great.
Can we take some haunted sausages?
haunted sausages?
Would we have
and the
Metal loves
And
the
the-
haunted sausages.
and the creepy bacon.
the
Not,
creepy?
not crispy bacon. Creepy bacon.
Very good joke. Very good. I am laughing.
That
Ha,
la-
ha, ha.
The haunted hams.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We did it.
So should we
Spiritual
introduce ourselves or?
Yes. Welcome back, travelers from near and far. I'm your dungeon master for this evening, Timothy Magic. And with me are my intrepid heroes. They are...
It's me,
Are you
Thomas
pointing?
Stewart. I am 6, so Basil Spicebeard would sound very different this episode.
I'm Matt Magic. I play Bishop Spicebeard.
Oh, they
We got
married.
married.
My brother, I did not know.
No, we got
Nope.
married.
Married.
Oh,
You got
married.
Tuck
A lot
Cassidy
happened.
also-
A lot happened
Tuck
in
Cassidy
Southampton.
help you expel that spirit from the pig, and then you also, did a wedding.
By the way, you
It
two
goes
are
with the
married.
barn raising. It makes
Goodness
sense.
gracious,
It's what they
I
would do
should-
back then.
I should
raise a-
change my taxes.
Raise a barn.
'Cause I
You
filed
get
a
you get
single.
hitched. That's awesome.
And
Mazel tov.
I'm Tori, and I play Dagmar. Free Wing? Slight Feather?
Spicebeard.
We're
Spicebeard?
still coming up with it.
Yeah, it's
Southampton, they believe in polygamy, so you're all good.
polygyny.
We're all one big adventure family.
Right.
Hello.
Gross.
Welcome to the Spicebeard.
Ready to have your ideas of what D&D can be and marriage challenge.
Our entire goal on this podcast is to indoctrinate every NPC as a Spicebeard.
And I'm
Take that,
and I'm
society.
Tim Magic. I'm all the other Spice Beards. Let's have fun. All right. So yes, as last we saw our characters, our heroes 3. They aided the small hamlets and villages of this farming community. It is now coming to the first whispers of winter. They are about to leave Southampton. They're going to travel to a little bit warmer climate out to the west. It's their time to go. They will not stay the winter here. Adventure calls them, where we're not certain until...
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi,
Hi, adventure.
Hi, long distance adventure calling. Will you accept the charges?
No.
No.
Okay. Have fun in.
For I would like to stay here and taste of the pickles that Bishop has made.
They've made you a care. They've made you a care package
in
to
the
go with
hot
you.
iron pickle forge.
That's how you get all the flavor.
That's ye old pickle.
Never clean your
pickling
forge.
brine.
That's where the seasoning and the flavor comes from.
Oh, yeah, you
Pro
never
tip
wash it.
101.
Mhm, yeah, it's a cast iron forge of pickling. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
We all know how good acid and cast iron goes together.
Everything will taste of coriander and vinegar.
My 2 favorite flavors.
Right. Anyways, in between towns, you have to make camp for the night.
Damn
so,
it.
would anyone like to do a survival check or a particular task at this time while you're resting and reaccumulating your spent spell slots or energies for the day?
Definitely doing my 4-hour meditation because that's what elves do.
Okay.
We don't
elves
sleep.
do.
Well, I have made
We
a s-
don't sleep, but I will totally do a
have
survival check because
made
I am all
a
about that
survival
shit.
check already for 19.
19.
Can I
All
use
right.
that 20 that I rolled before?
No,
No.
I got
I didn't ask for a survival check 20 minutes ago.
Well,
Oh, damn.
maybe.
dang.
Sick burn.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18 plus 7.
All right.
Oh, well, somebody's.
That's why I
Alright.
said leave it to me.
Well, yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah, let's not have Basil do anything. This
I was gonna
episode.
say, Mr. and Mr.
There's other things you
Spicebeard
can do.
are working together, and they're pitching, a tent.
Oh, they're pitching a tent together? Oh.
Yeah, you're getting your comfortable campsite together because maybe one of you is gathering the wood and one of you is finding some,
Gathering the wood.
wild
pitch the
herbs
tent.
and mushrooms and.
One of us is being real pretentious about it, like, "Oh, I wouldn't do it
Oh.
that way, but that's fine if you want to do it."
Oh,
like
that's not
that."
exactly how the wood elves
But-
do it.
Bishop's like, who taught you to do knots? You just
Yeah, if you want diarrhea, I'd eat those mushrooms too.
I do want diarrhea. In fact,
Delicious.
I thought your nose worked better than that.
I
Dagmar,
don't-
how does this dividing the party make you feel?
It reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, okay.
This does remind me of the disapproval of my mother. Damn.
Yeah. All
I
right.
feel flaccid.
So.
Oh, good choice of
Mhm.
words.
Right. So you've gathered around the fire that Basil has built, particularly criticized by Bishop, who's making a kind of subpar mushroom stew. Let's be real. You really could have worked together on
Don't
this.
put pickles in the mushroom stew. I
No.
don't care how hard you worked on
Yeah,
them.
do you dip
That's
into the
gross.
Perhaps like an
Rations for the
80s
townsfolk.
sitcom, we should have swapped roles and it would have been a much better camp, but
Mm.
we're stubborn.
It's the odd couple of D&D next
so
podcast.
you set up camp, but I just came in behind you and made slight adjustments and improvements behind you.
Can
Oh, sure.
What are you looking
to
Yes.
do? Able to do-
You are...
what would be better, perception or survival? Since he did the survival check.
What are you looking to perceive?
Just camp.
Perceive?
Camp. If camp's
Perceive
a
the
safe
camp.
area.
You seem to be in a good area off the main road, but not deep into
Because I
any
got
like
19.
bear country or nothing like that. You guys
This
are
is bear
definitely
country.
yeah. No, you
Mm.
probably not going
My
to get
people.
attacked. You perceive a pretty safe habitat.
Okay, well,
Good shit.
good night then.
You turn in. All right, and during the night,
Ooh,
Oh, damn it, she got a 19 on the perception.
right
I did.
during the night, our cleric Dagmar, you hear the faint sound of what could be footfalls.
Footballs.
But they don't seem to be
Step,
coming
step,
from
step,
any
step.
direction. You just seem to hear them in your mind.
It's like the call of winter or adventure or whatever.
Right.
You hear it.
And then
That's the whisper of winter.
there's the whisper of winter in your mind. And you hear all of a sudden, cleric.
Use your words.
Much better.
Was that in
I
your
recall-
mind or was that out loud?
That was
It's-
only in Dagmar's mind right now. You
Oh.
two are sound asleep. You have not
My
heard
goodness.
anything
Well,
just
Yeah,
yet.
go back to sleep, you
Oh,
two. This
oh.
is my moment.
Sorry. Good night.
I go back to that meditating or whatever elves do because we don't sleep apparently.
You live
Yes.
forever and you don't sleep.
That's
Anyways,
right.
how do you
4-hour
dream?
Trance.
Anyways,
Yeah,
we'll,
we
we'll
do,
discuss
we do
this later.
trance.
Mhm.
Do
4-hour
wood
trance.
elves
Aw.
dream of electric sheep?
No, because they don't know what the hell that is.
Did androids dream of wooden sheep? Anyways, what else do I hear?
You hear in your mind's ears, because you don't see anything with your mind's eye, but you hear that
Is
distant.
that spooky bacon talking?
You think it might be indigestion at first, but no. The voice calls out again. Aid me.
Oh.
I
That was easy.
with what?
Resurrection.
Oh, I'm all about that.
I fucking love resurrection.
Lend me your scythe once more.
Oh, it's still you.
I've walked this plane millennia ago.
Got goose pimples.
Excuse me, I just have to get up to pee. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Basil with, his weak bladder in his 4th century.
You really need to get that checked.
Yeah.
It might be your prostate.
Yeah, well, I can't afford any HMO.
We just left the old lady. She had long fingers. Go on. Go on, evil spirit.
Thanks. You have the strain of the walkers of both worlds. I require your aid. Lend it to me, and you will have my favor.
Who are you?
In life, they called me the gatherer, the tiller, the harvester. Now, I reap a new crop.
Corn?
For the
Eggplants?
subsidies.
They have forgotten my ways, but you know the teachings. Aid me, and I will grant you one earthly desire.
Oh, shit.
Accept my request on Farmville.
I switched over to Stardew Valley long ago.
I poked you like 2 months ago and you haven't responded.
I'm off of York
Oh,
Book.
yeah, sorry. I haven't checked it in a while.
How do you get the greenhouse? How do I slide into the Ravens Queen's DMs?
Recipes for
Help me with that.
eggplants. Wait, this isn't Google.
Hang on.
Gmail.com? Question mark? Anyways.
With your ties to the divine realm, I can walk the earth once more, not just in this spectral form, but whole once again, and remind the folks of this plane what they have lost.
What do you need for resurrection?
I require a vessel.
Ooh.
Willing is always the best. However,
Oh, good.
Who's willing? Oh, sorry, I wasn't in on this.
Like a submarine?
sometimes extra persuasion is required.
Whose will? Okay.
You stole my joke. I just said
I
that.
just did it better.
It's Matt Damon, and he's gonna go visit Robin Williams.
He's busy doing maths.
Nerd.
Okay, at this point, I wake up my comrades.
Okay.
Hey,
You
get the
snap out
fuck
of
up.
it. Yeah.
What-
Snap
what
out of
is
your
it?
mystic trance.
What is it? Why? I hate the noise that he makes. So,
Every morning.
so awful. What is it, my child?
Why is everybody talking to me like this?
Yeah.
Are they all whispering?
We all whisper.
What are you talking about, Dagmar? This is my normal voice.
So I always wake up.
I'm just kidding. I have a cold. Like I said, very sick. What is it?
I told you should have worn your socks. But no, you had to be Mr. Tough.
Shut up.
No, I like my feet cold when I sleep. I poke them out under the sleeping bag.
Oh, why don't you just go
I've
off?
got enough
Why don't you
for,
go off and roll another 26 on your survival, you piece of shit? What do you want?
I will. Thank you for inviting. Yes.
Oh, sure. It's that bad, huh? You almost threw up.
I burped, which is hard for birds. We don't have lips. Or
Is that an integral process to throwing up? Is lips? The
not,
lip
it's not
muscles?
throwing up. No,
Oh,
it was burping.
sorry.
No, remember how we thought like the harvester was all happy and we were done.
I specifically remember it being very dark to me, but sure.
You don't have to say last time we're being dark. Okay, but whatever.
Well, I mean,
well, he's not.
he's super scary, man.
So he's still in these woods.
Oh, good.
And we need to find a willing vessel so he can come back.
I mean,
I feel like this is important.
Are we sure this is super wise to resurrect somebody called the Harvester?
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like it's important for the balance of these lands, though. Life and death always needs to be in balance.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things where it's like, haha, you fools. My whole title was Harvester of Souls. Blah, haha, dumb nerds.
I asked him, and so it is the Harvester. So it's not like some spooky evil
you just
guy.
took his word for it.
Yeah, well, I felt pretty good.
Okay.
I rolled I have a pretty good perception of things.
It would be insight.
I would, yeah. You would know more about this, being a death cleric and all, but...
Well, like, what if we put him in a baby or something, so if he's bad, it won't be a hard fight.
Yeah, we snap it snack real easy,
Can we do that? Can we just find a baby?
Let us find...
Can we steal a baby?
A willing baby.
Come, friends, let us find a baby. A baby for the vessel of this dark harvest.
Did he have specifications on the vessel? Like, could it be like a baby chipmunk? And
Did
then
he
we could
say-
just, like,
No.
He's like,
he just said willing.
willing was better.
You don't know that because you were in a trance. He said willing.
I don't know. I just know animals and plants.
Listen.
Just don't put it in a bear.
Listen.
But yeah, do you not trust Dagmar?
I'll do...
We'd need a vessel that's powerful, so if we did pick an animal,
Y'all
we'd have to
are
pick something pretty cool and
way-
not a chipmunk.
Y'all are way, way smarter than I am in this magic area, so I am just your blunt weapon in which to accomplish goals. So whatever you want to do.
I feel like the
Okay,
balance
I
of
guess
these lands is off. I feel like
I guess
this
it's two
god
against
used to be
one,
worshipped.
I am going to
So-
have an I told you so ready, though.
Yeah, that
Just in
might be
case.
best.
Okay,
'Cause
well, if it's 2 against 1, let's do it.
it's not like
it's
two
a-
against
it's-
one. It's like
it's
it's a
one
skeptic, a
against-
neutral party, and then
It's more like a one-on-one, and some guy who's just like, fuck it, I want to hit shit.
So this is like a good, the bad, and the ugly situation then.
Sure. as
Well,
long
wasn't
as
the
I'm not
harvester known
ugly
for
one.
bringing in crop and stuff, and propagation of
Yeah.
lands?
I mean, sure. Maybe we should research
But didn't
before we
we
do anything.
Didn't we have to sacrifice that pig to this guy?
No. I remember what's his face, Tuck.
There's the southern accent.
Tuck.
Tuck. Well, he asked it to be pronounced like that. Okay, that's not the way I would pronounce Tuck. But he pronounced
Basil.
He'd rather it's Basil, if you will. Perhaps we should do more research because I do believe.
Maybe we should go to the next town and speak to the next
Yes.
town elder.
Because I think Tuck said it was an old god that they no longer worshipped.
I did notice many shrines to this god in the old town. I feel like, and there wasn't a heavy fear of this god.
Let us go to the local library.
What time is it?
Can we do a montage and I can roll an arcane to check and we go to like the library?
In the middle of the woods?
Right.
Yeah, the wood library.
I would say it's right around 3 a.m. By the time. And yes, you are kind of in the woods.
How far is the next town?
At least 2 days' journey.
Mm.
While you're all standing around, I need you guys to make perception checks.
Perfect. That always leads to something good.
Oh, good. Oh, goodness gracious. Your boy, Basil, has gotten a 19 in perception.
Very good.
17.
Very good.
Why do I always go back into this weird southern drawl?
Because it's easy.
It is
Panhandling.
panhandling for gold.
Golden
oh,
is
here we
your
are.
woods.
13 plus 7.
20. Okay. All right. You all pick it up, actually. A nightingale's call alerts you to turn your heads to what was perceived, what was previously not there before. A cluster of fireflies is gathered around, and they seem to be
Doing spooky stuff.
getting your attention and heading a little bit northwest.
I've seen this in a Disney movie.
I was gonna say it's a wisp.
We have to follow
I
them.
was gonna say.
Okay.
Is
Are we
this
leaving all our stuff behind? Yeah,
No.
let's not put up camp. Let's just follow.
You head northwest, following along a rather narrow path. It seems like this is probably once a way through the woods, but it's been quite neglected for a few years with the overgrowth and like just the little difficult terrain going through it. Unless any of you guys have like favorite movement or something like that, or like.
Can I fly, or is there like a canopy?
Not really a good canopy to fly in.
Okay,
I mean,
then I'll
a little bit
walk on
tight
my
points,
feet.
Yeah.
Hop, hop, hop.
And after about another hour's walk northwest off of the path, you begin to hear. I'll let the perception checks roll over this because you guys are still all kind of still alert. You hear the sound of a crackling fire as you make your way almost to a clearing. There's a small, modest house in this deep part of the woods.
Are we gonna knock on the door?
I was gonna say, can I cast one of my spells of?
No, you may not. No,
We're gonna have a talk.
We're gonna have a talk
That's just-
on the wagon ride home.
This is just me and my dwarven sense of humor. Of course, you may cast a spell.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace and sneak up like into the window and like peer inside, listen, do like a full. So like sneak up to the house and do like a perception check.
Am I allowed to do a detect magic?
You may.
And
I'll let you do that first.
Oh,
here.
it's a spell though. So
So is mine.
I will use my athletics to do push-ups while the other two do work.
Okay.
Oh, good. It's a 17 plus 7. I'm doing so many push-ups.
You're really getting that good morning workout in.
I cast detect magic.
Alrighty, I casting it on the fire, or you casting
No,
it on
it goes 30 feet around
30
us.
feet around you. Okay. Yes, you're detecting that the fire was started by arcanic means. And then you span out to the cabin, and it kind of stops.
Wait, say that
My
again?
ability to sense stops, or the magic stops.
Magic starts. Magical fire for sure. Normally you could perceive for another 15 feet easily. Stops.
Oh, so then okay.
There's like a wall.
There's a wall there.
Right.
Don't try to get close.
Are we
Okay.
carrying, before we do any crazy shit, are we carrying over what the battle from the boar? Because I have one rage used and a couple hit points gone.
No,
No,
we
'cause
said
it's
that
been a
we
couple days.
rested
Mhm.
and then built camp and
Very,
all of that.
very
So
good.
we, everything
so-
resets.
So,
reset, yeah.
Very good.
guys, that fire was started by magic, but either those walls are.
I mean, so was ours.
You can't even start a fire.
Magic of friendship.
So those walls are either 1 foot of stone, or there's a spell on that house that I can't see through. I can't detect through, I should say.
Well,
Mm.
do you guys...
You might want to do your sneaky boy thing and go up to that window and see what's inside.
Oh, or we could just bust in Magnificent
Yeah, we could.
Seven style
We-
and fuck some
Yeah,
shit
but
up.
we're only 3, so maybe.
I'll give a
Mister,
signal.
I have a lot of hit points to spare.
I just stand
Speaking on
behind my
beard.
my short but broad stature, and I will take the hits. That's yes, duck down.
No, wait.
No,
Do-
I'm taller than you,
Yeah,
so I
just
have
duck,
to.
duck. Nope, more.
I'm not a
more.
duck. I'm a vulture.
Oh, very good joke.
Well, I guess technically I'm Aarakocra. People out there, I just look like a bearded vulture.
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
I go up and knock on the door.
You guys do this simultaneously?
Yep.
Okay. So where do you head,
Who's the far guy at
First.
the window?
Basil? Do you go to like a small window on the on the east side of the house?
I just go to the door. Is traditionally where people knock.
Am I?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Bishop. Where do you go? Bishop was passing out Tracy. Basil. I was looking at Bishop. So
Am I detecting any magic at the door, or does it stop before the
stops
door?
right at the door.
You're taking a risk.
What do I see in the window?
I got 70.
You see a small
Pretty girl in that mirror over there.
a small candlelit room.
They're trying to have date
Yeah, it's just one person you see in there. A woman you expect her to be about not quite mid-age yet, but she's tending to some literature. She looks like she's reading right now. Looks
Harry
like
Potter.
Yeah. And the Prisoner of Azkaban, the best one.
Bishop just whispers in the window.
Oh,
Snape
Goblet of
kills
Fire is the best one.
Dumbledore.
That's still like 2 books away. Goddamn, 3 books away.
So what happens when Basil knocks on the door?
Basil knocks on the door and she picks her head up.
I want it to be known I'm rolling my eyes.
She looks
as
around
Basil
very
does that.
cautiously. Now, with Pass Without a Trace, does she get a chance to perceive you, or are you just completely, 20 invisible?
It's plus 10 to your stealth.
plus
It's
10.
plus 10. So
All right, go ahead.
you
roll.
want to do a
Let's-
competition?
Yes, I do.
Oh, shit. I love this.
Yep.
You need
So
to use
11
the good dice.
11
This is my
plus
good dice sometimes. Sometimes it kills you, and sometimes it doesn't.
11 plus 10 plus 2.
11 plus 10 plus 2. Okay.
23.
All right. She doesn't seem to have
Lucky.
noticed you. She seems to be distracted by what she was tending to before. Quickly closes up her
Harry
volumes.
Potter books.
Reaches for the dagger on her side, and she quickly gathers herself. Good God.
Just eat the sorbet.
It's a sorbet,
you fuck.
man. Just put it in your mouth.
Doesn't have a dex modifier.
Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to D&D and Dining. Matt, give us a review on that, fruit sorbet you're eating.
As
Oh, it's
Call it ice cream again.
Bishop just dribbles fruit sorbet down his oil.
He's there,
Looking in some
so he's there at
lady's
the
window,
window. And like, good. Anyways.
Basil's probably gonna get fucked by an old lady with a knife.
She's middle-aged.
Yeah,
Not quite
that's-
middle-aged.
I thought you said old lady.
No,
No,
I
not
said
quite,
old lady.
Not
No.
quite
that's
middle-aged.
very rude of you.
Are you gonna let him know she's got a knife?
We'll see what happens.
He's still pretty mad about the whole sorbet incident.
He's just gonna walk right up. We'll see what happens when you
Oh,
walk right up.
That's not how I pop my tent. Blah
next,
blah blah.
next, as Bishop perceives through the window, she approaches the door, slides a small-looking
Oh, she got a peephole.
little peephole, aside. Looks around.
Are her eyes pretty?
Looks down.
down here. Sorry.
What are you doing here?
Oh wow,
Listen,
she sounds like a haggard old witch.
we are just a couple of travelers.
Oh, well,
looking,
give me away, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just me. When I say a couple, it's
Couple of
just,
travelers.
just
Me and Doris
Yeah.
here.
me, myself, and I, and my golden mole here in my beard. Pops up, and there's a little golden mold in my
Oh,
beard.
Doris's first
So
appearance.
we're just looking for perhaps a place to stay, looking, to take a rest for the night for the nearest town. Was wondering if you had a spare bed.
This is not some sort of inn.
Okay,
Some
well,
sort of
that's-
hotel.
That's fine then.
Who are you knocking on young women's houses at night? You're like some sort of pervert, aren't you?
You caught me. Well, I guess if you don't have a spare bed, I will be on my way and let you.
How did you find me?
I saw your.
What magics do you know?
I'm actually a barbarian class. I have no magics.
I don't know what class means to a barbarian.
Listen. I swing stuff. I don't have magic. I saw lights in your window. That's about it.
Can I roll a perception on her?
Sick Tom
Sure.
is like the worst. He's like, I don't give 2 fucks. I just want to play.
I got
D&D.
15.
Wanna hit
Okay. Unfortunately, you can't perceive too much through the peephole. Still kind of obstructed. But, she's definitely not old, but definitely not a young lady. That's what
Not
you
a
picked up.
lady for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take off if that's cool. You don't want me here. I don't
He
want to
fucked
be
this all
here.
up.
I'm just gonna walk away.
No, hang on.
Oh, okay.
What's that? Do I smell coriander?
Yep. I got a little spice rack on my belt here.
On my spice beard.
On my spice beard. No, it's on my belt.
But
That
it's
would
on
be-
the belt.
That
Think second beard.
wink. I say audibly.
Nod, she says audibly. Tell you what, perhaps we can come to an arrangement or some barter.
Oh god.
Sure.
You're alone?
Yep, just me and the golden
So she can't
mole.
Bluff
see me.
chick.
Oh. Yep,
Yeah.
that is
She's got the.
that is completely untrue. Oh, good. not super great.
Yes.
Hold on.
Just me and the coriander.
Beep, beep,
And
beep.
Doris.
Where is my deception? It's -1. 14 minus 1, 13.
I like that we do the math for the audience.
It's just because I can't do math. People are into that.
I got you.
Anyway, just me and the golden mole and the coriander.
You're holding something back. You have a familiar. You are a spellcaster, aren't you?
A familiar. Nope. Just swing an axe. I can speak with animals if I go into a rage.
I sense the awkwardness, so I come up. Oh, Bishop, have you found a house?
Oh, Jesus, you scared me.
Bishop?
Not Bishop.
Basil?
Once again, Basil. Nobody's at the window.
Okay.
Now that makes me think there is somebody at the window.
I said that in my head. Hi. Hello. I'm a bird.
She is indeed a bird.
In robes.
Perhaps the
I love
familiar you were
robes. It's comfortable, breezy, if you will.
sensing
I hate awkward
earlier.
situations. I have
You are
low
a
HP.
strange one, dwarf.
Well, you know me. You know us dwarves, we have a crazy sense of humor.
No, you don't.
Well, what do you know?
I don't know. I live alone in a cabin.
Exactly, so don't tell me what kind of humor I have.
Look, okay,
Hey, guys.
okay,
Hey.
all right, you and your familiars, your weird magical.
You just call me a familiar. I mean, yes, a familiar.
weird talking bird familiar, and your weird golden mole familiar.
I'm also
Wait, is she a bone vulture?
Wow, she is well read for being a crazy
What do you
woman
think
in the woods.
Yeah, she gets National Geographic out
I
there.
look
It's nice.
back. I look back at Dagmar, and you nod, and I go, "Yes."
Never seen one quite that size before.
They grow them big out west.
Is she for sale?
No, sorry.
Pity.
Magically bound to me. Yep.
I know how that goes.
For better or for worse.
Dagmar Spicebeard here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna cast Find Traps.
Okay.
Jesus.
Thank fuck.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Is it magical traps or is it only non-magical?
No,
traps?
wait, hang on. Let me read again, because maybe I don't have to...
Well, so you were talking about a trade.
I'm
Yes.
much closer. Can I roll for insight?
Yeah.
Because now I'm like right behind.
Yeah. What are you looking to insight her?
Like insight onto her intentions.
Just her general
yeah,
being.
Oh,
sure.
so it's
because
just,
she's looking to buy me.
All right.
it's just detection, so either I see him or I don't.
Okay.
Apparently I don't have to roll for that?
Oh, okay. Yes, you've perceived around the cabin. There's some snares for small prey to be caught. Through your vantage point, you do see some more, spinies, bear traps, and, crafting mechanisms that would make for good spring traps or for similar wildlife catching. Roll on the table.
Remember last time where rolling on the table led to bad. Okay, I'll roll on.
Well, you keep dropping it and we can't see. Look at that.
What? Shut up, Tim. Plus 7, 26.
Okay, yeah, you
Very
you definitely get the intention of the vibe from this not quite middle-aged woman that she mostly is a loner type and will do her best to secure her surroundings and doesn't like to be caught up on unannounced.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. You get a little whiff of paranoia from her.
Yeah, I didn't need to roll insight for that one.
So you were eyeing my spice belt. You like that coriander? Huh?
Yeah, it's permeating in my nostrils
pungent.
right now.
Very pungent. Huh?
Right.
Well, you were looking to make a trade, huh?
Yeah, leave the axe outside, though, woodsman.
How about we just do the trade at the door?
How about you leave the axe where I can see it in a tree over
you
there?
You can see me outside, and I won't.
Do you only carry an axe?
I have several axes. I'm an axe man. If you
And
will.
I put the fucking axe in the tree.
Well, no.
You have several axes. Leave one.
Well, she probably wants me to remove all the axes.
She just said one.
How about this?
Okay.
Sidebar.
Right. I shall open this threshold will stand on either side.
That's what I'm saying.
You send one of your familiars in. I'll send one of mine out to let's say, parlay.
Insight check. That sounds real suspicious. I didn't say that in character. No,
well, you rolled into
hold on.
You rolled into the crevice. It's like,
crevasse, if you will.
Should I?
If it was a 20, would you take it?
I'm just gonna roll again, regardless. Nope. We're not gonna. I don't incite anything. Everything seems fine.
You are on her home turf right now.
Yeah. How about I'll just leave the axe right outside the door here, and why don't all three of us?
She knows about two of us.
Mole in the beard. My familiar and me.
She, for no reason, jerks her head and looks to the window.
We all of us.
I count Doris as a person. She's been with me for many years.
Yeah,
anyway,
I guess
let's
I'm
go.
just your familiar. Grah!
Yes.
Your robe wearing familiar.
Listen, you agreed to you fucking came.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let's
you
do this.
came up
Let's just
here.
do this. Let's just do this.
Let's go. Okay. Anyway,
I love low HP.
you're the one that came up.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Anyway, we're in no
You're-
X.
Okay. You've come in through the door.
Come in through the door.
Okay, so
Oh
you
boy,
have-
I regret this.
Smells like mothballs in here.
Your detect magic kicks off again. This room is filled with spell books and artifacts.
Are there any spells in place, trap spells, anything like that I can detect?
There's wards up to prevent things from getting in without invitation.
Not in here.
There's nothing that you've picked up in your perception that bounds you to the cabin. You may probably leave at your own free will at any time.
Oh, good.
Good
Probably.
shit, saving lives. May the grave come up to meet you.
So you're gonna whisper that in my ear so I know.
No, I give you a look, and since we've been together for so long, you understand that
You just-
it's okay to
just-
go in. I just give a nod,
Just a real quick nod. Okay.
and then I hide it as just
Okay.
bird
All right.
bobbing.
Anyway, so
Just a quick aside. For your one party member outside, Bishop.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you have your perception from your past perception.
Thank you.
The nightingale's in a tree above you.
Again?
It's doing its nightingale song. It doesn't seem to have given you any notice.
No,
It's
but
just there.
is there...
It's just there singing its song.
No, but can I do like a...
Can you
like
talk
a
to that
passive,
nightingale?
Yeah, I was gonna say either a
passively-
passive perception check to see like what that means, because that's tied to some lore.
It's singing its song.
Mm.
If
Look
you're
at that
doing
coy
perce-
smile on the
you're doing-
DM's
You're
face.
doing a passive perception. You perceive its song.
just
If you want to do a history or an arcana
Do you
check,
recognize
something
that
else.
song? Oh, the song of the Death Witch of the Snake Lady of the Woods.
Oh, I remember that story. It's a good one.
Okay, I'm freaking I love it. In a cabin, old lady, lots of magic around.
Dagmar, you're doing fine.
I'm doing fine.
Don't
If birds could sweat, I'd be
don't
doing
freak
it right
out.
now.
Don't
Anyways, back to the
No,
cabin.
wait, no, yeah, I'm going to do a Arcana check
You
on
just
that. On that,
How about you just cannonball in through the window?
I've got a plan for that.
Okay.
The window has magic.
Shit. Well, an 8 won't probably tell me anything.
No, you don't really notice the tune. It just sounds like any other bird song and that you've heard on your casual journeys throughout this part of Irisdale.
What have you even been listening to in your 271 years?
210.
210, whatever. You look 270.
It bodes no ill intent to you at this point.
At this point,
Oh,
is never a good thing to hear. Okay, we're walking into this
And then
fucking death cabin.
And then the nightingale starts singing some Rob Zombie. No, it's just hanging out.
Ooh, the witches at burn. Yeah.
Just with baby.
As long as it's not like House of a Thousand Corpses that she starts singing.
The Kill Bill song, it's twisted there.
Oh, that
Weird
one.
song
Yeah.
for a nightingale to know.
Anyways,
Yes.
Anyways, back in the cabin.
Yeah, we're
back
the
in.
cabin.
Now let's see your spread.
Oh,
Not that.
Sorry.
You know what I
that's
want.
just a
Lose
bird
that
noise.
belt.
Oh.
Not that way either.
Oh, okay.
Contain your familiar.
We're all having a good time
Those-
here.
Those feathers are poofing out all the wrong way.
I take the spice belt off and I lay it out. It's got some,
Why does she keep making that noise?
yeah. So I lay the spice belt out on the table.
Yes.
Why are you doing it like that?
It's rare to find these northern herbs from the mountains in these pots.
Yes.
I've traveled a long way with you. What will it take for them to pot from your possession? Is it gold you desire?
Sidebar. Out of character. What do we want?
Those goddamn spell books or any history books she may have on old lore.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, back
Yeah.
in character. Listen.
Fucking dwarves.
I open the window. Yeah, get the books. Close the window.
Knowledge. Get the knowledge.
Pass without trace.
Right. Thank you. You have some weird birds out here in your cabin. That was a real
Do the
weird
John
one.
Cena.
Anyway,
Oh, it's my nightingale back.
yeah.
Ah,
Anyway, do you have
her
any
nightingale.
lore books on the old god named the Harvester or the Tiller or
Wow, just really lay out what we're looking for.
Not, hey, that book there that says History of the Harvester.
do
Shut the window again.
listen,
Or like
listen,
any history on old gods, but no, she knows about the harvester now. So if anybody else is trying to stop the harvester from coming back up, she's gonna tell him.
Listen.
I'm listening.
You let the dwarf barbarian take the
Yeah,
lead.
I'm just a familiar right now. You do whatever you want.
Well,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
let the
trade her
guy
for
with
pickling
minus
spices.
one
Well,
charisma.
I have -1 charisma, and I know nothing about magic, so I'm gonna be straightforward on this one. Anyway,
Anyways,
you
the
do.
Tiller.
Why did we leave him go in first? Oh yeah,
You try stopping
Because you
him.
guys
yeah,
are
no,
weenies.
that's fair.
The Tiller.
The tiller.
she tries to hide a quick smirk, but she fails. Perhaps she's just overcome with being able to trade knowledge for much more physical, potent properties.
Very good.
Oh, so you desire wisdom.
Yeah.
Very well, barbarian. Yes.
I don't like that. Can my insight still roll over to now?
The good old Tiller. Oh, he had a flock, all right. But then he grew too bold for his demigod status.
I see. Oh, a demigod.
And yes, some of the elder gods put him down.
Oh,
It's the beginning of his... Yes, he grew too big for his pasture. as it were.
britches, if you will.
No, his pasture. He
Okay.
would come at the end of the season. Could keep the balance.
Tried to take all the seasons.
But then, again, yes, his appetite grew too wide, too hearty. Oh, word tells on the wind that traces of his energy are around here somewhere.
Do you have any physical books on this? I'm a bibliophile.
Yeah, I don't
myself.
think she has electronic copies.
She gestures and a book flies off the shelf to her hand.
Oh, that's pretty dope. That's right. That's magic, huh?
Right. Yeah, that's just
magic, huh?
that's a
Your-
cantrip for me.
Your
real-
neck
that's real
extends.
cool shit
Tori.
right there.
Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Barbarians aren't illiterate in 5e, right?
No.
No.
That's
Because they
pretty
used to be. I
That's
just wanna make
pretty
sure.
insulting of
Yeah.
you to ask.
Nowhere. I have not read. If I'm illiterate.
You have not read.
I have not read. Ha ha. I get it. Ha, 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 ha.
It was-
But I'm just gonna say no. He's not a smart man, but he's not a dumb man. He's of
How else
average
is he going to read
intelligence.
recipes?
All right, that's true. So as he turns the books
Pictures.
towards you, the
Yes.
passage of the harvester is there depicted, of course, with his scythe.
Mm-hmm.
His modest farmer appearance at this point, straw hat, things
He's
like
a
that,
scarecrow.
simple clothes. Yeah. He has come to this plane in many forms, typically that of the tiller, the harvester, person of scythe, together. Not quite as some have depicted him with dark cloak. That's not really his style. Though sometimes he comes in...
Just kidding.
Dagmar.
Your hot breath on the window.
Right.
Oh, this is getting hot.
Is that knowledge I see?
Now, legend has it that he will be the most strongest at the equinox or solstice, depending on his flock. And he has yet to make a true reincarnation to our understanding in this field, as you understand. My network of communications of other
Yeah.
magically adept.
Spell slingers. Yeah.
We prefer Covenant.
Not sure. Witches and the like.
Oh, Covenant.
Yeah.
I open the window, so find out if he's good or evil already.
Yeah, thank you.
Shut the
Thank you.
window.
Yeah.
Well, I'm letting the woman speak. All right. Hold your horses, I say to the window.
To the dark cloud at the window.
Oh, that's weird. My horse familiar shouldn't be back yet.
Yeah, well, listen.
Sent him out down to the Southamptons.
Now,
Southampton, you say?
Southampton's.
now,
Yes.
with your
Her name is Cheerio.
extent callback. Only we understand. Very good.
Right.
With your extent knowledge on the tiller, the harvester, the farmer,
The candlestick maker, yes.
the candlestick maker. What side does he fall on in terms of morality?
Well, they say he started as a noble part of the demigods, fulfilling his purpose to maintain order and balance of the coming and going of the natural ways. Life, death, and the circle begins again, only arriving at solstice and harvest times. However, like I said, he gained
Avarice, big appetite.
Hubris, if you will.
So he overstretched and took more
Pull the
from
muscle,
the land.
if you will.
So I would say greed would definitely be his downfall.
So he's probably not so great now, huh?
If you've encountered anything to do with the harvest time, with their spice collecting, have you disrupted any artifacts, any old landmarks, any totems to him?
No. Listen, I heard from a spiritual man in the town back east. I look at Dagmar. East. And they mentioned something of the harvester as an old god, and it piqued my interest as a bibliophile. I like to read up on things. So what would it take for me to take that their physical book on the harvester? How much spice would you need?
She walks over to her preparation station, grabs a small vial, probably at least about a gram's worth of that mountain spice. she
Dime
designed.
bag, just about.
Sure.
Take it.
Okay. Now what?
Fill it.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Just the coriander.
Yes.
Okay. Not a mix. You don't want a mix blend.
No, I will do that later myself.
No. Okay. All right. And yeah, I do that. I do the thing.
Now, I need to know who's been casting the detect magic in here.
I'll shoot straight with you.
You're creeping me out.
I look at Dagmar.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out if I'm detecting more magic from
Okay.
my NPC here.
Now listen.
Am I detecting magics?
All
We're
the
all-
kinds of magics.
We're cool. We're Fonzies here, right? We're cool as cucumbers. Yeah.
I'm fine. I just feel like you're not the academic type for the harvester, and I want to know why he's in the thicket of the woods again. Bone Vulture, what association do you have with the Elder God?
I'm a familiar.
I pull Dagmar aside. I kind of whisper, "I think the jig is up. She's a lot more perceptive than she seems."
Oh yeah, because we've been hiding this so well.
Well, listen. I think we should shoot straight. Otherwise, things may get ugly.
Ugly either way. Fine.
I'm just saying.
Just-
Listen.
Did she give us her name?
Let me know and
No.
give me the sign,
No,
and
yeah,
I'll.
listen.
and I'll create-
We have kind of passed on the formalities here, and I think that's pretty rude of us. Let me introduce myself. I am Basil Spicebeard, and this here is Dagmar Freewing.
Sure.
She
that's what
goes
that's-
by many last names.
I've married a lot of men in my
Me
eight,
too.
in my 8 years.
Me too. They never last.
No.
Yeah,
They never do, honey.
yeah. Men are pigs. All right, am I right? What is your?
Well, sometimes when we cast that spell.
I get it. Magic and stuff. That's pretty funny.
Transfiguration, yeah.
So, what is your name,
They call-
my young madam?
No, bless your heart.
No, thank you,
I am Deirdre.
Deidre.
Deirdre
Can you?
Lockhart.
I'm just gonna write that down.
Sure, just
Do
go ahead
I-
in the margins there next to the
Does-
harvester.
Is it DADRA?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Sure.
Does that trigger anything with me, that name?
Deirdre Lockhart?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Like,
suppose you could
knowledge of arcana or anything like that.
Sure, go ahead.
Perfect. +0.
Mm-hmm.
Do fucking good. 19.
19. All right. You seem to recall stories of the Lockhart clan, who were, of course, some early founders in Iristil. Some of them had, of course, discovered some ancient magics way back when, and responsible for a lot of transfiguration magics and restoration magics.
I'm not doing any detect magic on her that she's holding a younger vessel than she is. Anything like that?
Oh, like she's in disguise or something like that?
Yeah.
No,
that's
no.
her true form.
Yep, she's not currently casting anything on her person. Yeah.
So, Deidre. Am I saying that right, Deidre?
Yes,
Deidre.
Yes, dear. Yes, Mr. Spicebeard.
Yeah, why, thank you. You know, to call Mr. Spicebeard was my father. This is Dagmar. I think that you two should probably take over on the talk, and she's much more familiar with the harvester. I'm just a vessel. And it wasn't a lie. I am a bibliophile. I do like to read, but it's more about the food.
Interesting use of words there, Basil.
Thank you.
It's basil.
I picked it up. I picked it up as the word of the day, and I can't stop using it. It's fun. It's a fun word.
We should have
It
never
is a
bought him
fun
that
word
word
and a
calendar.
fun function to fulfill sometimes. If I could persuade you.
Shh, I don't know what you mean.
Open the window. She's talking about using your carcass as a vessel. I shut the window again. This cloud just keeps coming in.
Is that true? Is what the cloud said true?
That's what the fart guy at the window said.
There are more birds. Am I just covered in birds? Is it like a black cloud just now covered in birds?
There is our crow above on the tree next to the nightingale.
Why don't we get out of your hair? Split ways here. We gotta get to the next town here in the next day or so.
We gotta hit that smooth
Old
jazz.
dusty trail.
Let's get the old dusty trail.
I'm just curious. You've please now. I've indulged you with my information. Tell me.
Yeah.
Have you had direct contact
pro
with an
quo.
elder god?
Me personally, no.
There's been many whispers in the wind of the harvester god.
Yes. Are you sure it's safe to leave the cabin this evening? You see, it's quite safe, and the night is dark and full of terrors, as they say.
I look
I don't
over
know where
my
I heard that
shoulder.
from.
That was a
Can we
good,
do- can we
good
do-
pull. Good pull.
I look over my shoulder. I'm like, what the hell?
Should we be rolling for perception or anything? She's being all
yeah.
spooky.
Listen, you guys are much better at that shit than I am. I sure can try and roll.
Really? You're just gonna roll off the table again, huh?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I bet it was a good one too.
I noticed that my shoes are brown. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
I rolled
rolled
a
a-
15.
Plus?
No, total.
Oh.
Sorry for the math for the audience. 7 plus 8. A roll of 8 plus my 7 perception.
I did it 13 plus 7.
What are you guys doing?
Perception.
Perception. Just with her trying to keep us in the cabin.
Oh, she's an old lady.
She's not old. She's not even middle aged.
Yes,
She can
She's
have
in her
another kid if she
30s.
wants to. It's fine. She's not old.
Sorry. Anyways, she seems to be intrigued by your
But
familiarity with the subject matter. But
Nothing malice.
no, she doesn't feel like she could take 2 of you right now. With that big axe and whatnot. However,
I mean,
Let's see here.
She did tell me to leave it outside the door.
Bishop.
Yeah.
You have another friend, but this one isn't from the trees. It's crawling up your leg.
Hot again.
Snake?
It's a snake.
Snake.
Oh, I love snakes.
Yeah, it
Bishop's like,
Hey, buddy.
yes.
Talk to animals or something.
Yeah. I'm going to speak to the snake and be like,
It's-
what's up, bud?
It's weird to see it because it's not a viper and it's not a.
And it's almost winter. And
yeah,
the
and it's-
demographic we're in, it doesn't seem like
Why
it.
ain't you in the
very
ground, bud?
It's very strange because it's a sort of boa.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So-
not huge, not like
Is it
like
a lady
Burmese.
trapped in
I-
a
It's like
snake
one of
body?
the, more of like a tree boa.
I bust out of the windows. You gonna die, son.
I go out the window now. Hey, window opens both ways. But no, just hanging out.
Yeah, those double.
What does it
windows.
say? When I talk
Oh yeah,
to
you're talking to the animals.
Yeah.
You're kind of creeping on my girl.
Your girl's kind of creeping on my friends.
Well, they knocked on her door.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah, I didn't see you before, bud. What are you doing over here, creeping in this window?
I'm the best snake at what I do, but what I do ain't hissy.
Like, you just got. We get a lot of your wood elf brethren around these parts, but I hadn't seen you before. Why didn't you go in with them? Why are you hanging out here, casting your elven magics?
This is awkward. Hello.
You're pretty well spoken for a boa, man. I mean,
Oh, this is just my new skin.
That's a good sign.
My skin. I'm really attached to it. Don't take it from me.
Boy. Oh, boy. This is a fun time we're having.
I
I'm a
think my blood
plus
pressure's
plus
high.
0 for persuasion. Damn.
You tried to persuade the snake.
The
to do
snake
what?
just suddenly busts open the window. Hey.
There's a guy here.
So, how about this, bud? We go on in, we have a nice cup of tea with the missus, and we just all be buds.
I don't think we're gonna be buds.
Yeah. We won't.
I
set off the alarms and whatnot out here.
Alarms.
I'm like, no, I don't think we need to escalate this. I mean, no harm. I
Go in and have a cup of tea, bud.
It doesn't sound like a request.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what the snake says. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
you know,
last time
just
we
go
did that,
ahead.
we just got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Why not?
Yeah, whatever.
Just eat the apple. Go inside. The lady won't take your skin. Everybody else is in the wrong skin. I don't want to be in the wrong skin.
Dagmar, I think you need to chill out. You need
I'm
to-
cool.
We're all Fonzies here. Hey, you know, just chill out. Ice cold.
I respect the grave, and I'll meet it when it meets me.
I
believe we're about to have a knock at the door.
Does he got him by the dick or something? He
There's
sounds
like-
like he's like, let's go.
no, there's like a little like a doggy door, but for snakes.
It's just a hole. It looks like a tiny glory hole at the very bottom of the door.
Hey, what's up?
No, at this point, the snake is just kind of draped on your shoulders. It's actually not even constricting or nothing like that.
I was gonna
It's just-
say, like,
no, it's just kind of hanging out.
me and the snake are like,
It's
all
just cool.
right.
It's just like,
Fennel.
So-
That's me swearing.
Can I make like a really grand, awesome entrance where like this just big like billowy black cloud and it like slowly dissipates and I'm like,
Yeah.
sup? Dun.
oh, yeah. Do you do that at the window or at the door?
At the door.
You
Cool.
open the door?
Open
That's
the door.
rude.
No, she said, I believe we're about to have a knock on the door.
She's known
Yeah.
about him for a while.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Well, all right.
Snake told me to come in. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
yes.
Yeah, always listen to the snake.
You know,
That's one of my friends.
You seem to have a lot of them
They-
around here.
Yeah, me and
It gets
Bo.
lonely out here.
Yeah,
Me
there
and-
seems to
me
be a
and
lot
Bo.
of high intellect animals. It's almost as if
That's almost if what?
Oh, don't call her out on it, because then shit's gonna go bad.
I'm gonna wind up a turtle.
I'm a little out of my reptile phase right now. I've been practicing more with birds, actually.
Listen,
Wanna be a
Anyways,
songbird.
lovely spell. It cloaked you for so long. But then, of course, good old Bo. I can always trust on him to
Oh,
have
I
eyes
did.
and ears to the ground.
Bo Diddley.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Bo Serpent.
Oh, well.
Oh, serpentine.
Bo Serpentine.
I thought you were a country fan, but I
Ah.
guess not.
I like some of the old stuff, but the new sound's not really getting me there in the
I
Southamptons.
see.
Get
No,
in
just
there.
Bunch of
There's
pickers
so
at the
many
banjos.
sexual references from this middle-aged, almost middle-aged woman.
I'm just an old soul. What can I say?
Well,
You know, the Lockhart bloodline and whatnot.
so
Yeah, you guys have such a good reputation.
Rich.
So
History. So, what can I do for you, young strapping elf man?
Barking up the wrong tree.
Oh,
there,
is it in
lady.
swing? All right, don't swing that way, huh?
Yeah,
I get
Nope,
it.
you misread that, Mark.
Wow.
not his cup of
Drat.
tea.
I'm
More
always
into that-
I'm
more
a
into
sucker.
that-
I'm a sucker for the tall ones.
More into that python, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Well, how about I pour us all a nice cup of tea, and you can tell me what you're actually doing in these forests.
I feel like we're a bunch
other-
of 16-year-olds
It's
got
not-
caught in the
Listen,
cornfield.
You know-
other than being deceptive about him, because he was doing his whole
And me
stealth
not
thing.
being a
I
familiar.
wanted him to live in his truth. Him be him. I was shooting straight with you. Everything I've said so far is what I'm here for.
All right. But again, what are you going to do with that knowledge? Do you intend to hunt this long past deity? Whispers of his energy do not decree that his resurrection is sound.
Dagmar, I think you should be taking the lead on this conversation.
Tori has now got a 1,000-yard stare.
There have been
Make the call.
whispers amongst the forest that he is looking to resurrect. What would you think? Upon your opinion, what would the balance? How would that affect the balance?
Well, we are currently in a lull for the gods once past. Perhaps a little something from the older days could make headway here in Iristel. And this...
The old ways that made your family rich.
She's a witch,
Yeah.
coven, living in the woods. I don't think she's.
Yeah, maybe she's not the best moral compass.
Well, I was gonna say I don't think she's rich, but
She's a Lockhart.
oh,
That's a family name.
okay. I don't know anything about Lockharts.
There hasn't been a Lockhart castle since the Third Age, and you all know that. Oh, don't you?
I don't.
You didn't know that.
Never heard of
Let me get the
Lockharts.
Lockhart family history.
Yes,
Hang
please. Hold on. I'll read while you guys talk. Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
on. Now you see, as we
I'm
enter
looking
in
my
this
book.
next lunar cycle, it could prove useful to siphon some of that elder energy. Now tell me, young cleric, right? Yes, I'm getting that sensation now.
Yeah.
Well, how much a pity. Could have always used another arcana to join the covenant. That's all right. That will do. Tell me, do you intend to make a good on this resurrection? These whispers? Will you engage? And what has it promised you, if anything?
Nothing's been promised. All I wish is to regain the balance. Shut the fuck up, you two.
I haven't said a word. It's all Bishop. Shut up, Bishop.
Oh,
Shut up.
Then you're either too naive to take on this task or just too good a heart for this
See, I
line
told
of
you-
faith.
I told you it was bad. I told you.
Thought you
Oh.
were reading.
No,
Sorry.
if you
Oh,
allow him to, the harvester will reap
The,
everything you sow.
The temple I come from, and my past, has always been about maintaining the balance, and that has been foremost in my actions throughout this world.
Then you are willing to take the risk that the balance might tip over?
And that is why we're here. We're finding information. We need people who know of the old ways and of the old balance.
How do you intend to keep him in check?
The balance always maintains itself, with law and order restoring on its own. I don't have a
we-
speech built
we-
on this, Bishop.
So it's in the hands
We fear that
of the higher powers.
we fear that resurrecting this deity might bring some unnecessary harm. However, we fear that not doing so might be worse.
Do you not have faith in the new gods that have roamed the land, such as the Raven Queen? Does not she cater to the needs of the dead leaving this plane? So what, again, will the harvester provide you that your god does not? Have you not communicated with her? Held conference with her yet?
I have not.
You have not felt more than just the outreach, the caw in the night, haven't you?
I have not, but I have seen a disturbance of powers with many deaths coming from many avenues. I've lost many comrades to needless death and filled many graves far too soon. I fear the balance is off.
It has been tilted, and the planes are disrupted.
I'd say Bishop agrees.
Yes.
Well, if you feel like you can contain this entity, if you feel strong enough by will and character and physical strength to hold this demigod in place,
I mean, he's only demi.
Like, come on. And if anything is out of power,
I mean, what?
our
we're like-
Raven Queen will
we're-
restore the balance.
We're
And let's
totally,
be real, genes are so not in.
and we're level 5. I mean, we could practically take on anything.
Until my next spell slot.
3
Hell
level
yeah.
5s, yeah, it's like CR7 easily.
Yeah, I mean, demigods are what? Fucking
Like
CR13.
CR13.
CR5, it's whatever. Weenies.
CR5, we're level 5, we're both 5s.
I'm completely joking here. We're fucked.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
All right, I'll tell you what, young ones. You keep that passage.
Okay.
It will come in handy, I'm sure.
I bet.
She's being spooky.
I'll tell you. We're not doing this here.
Resurrecting the god? I hope not.
No. I'm quite content here. You've piqued my interest.
Good.
I will let some associates know to keep an eye on you
Oh, great.
for your protection, because I feel like you're entering into something quite large here, something that that hasn't come across this plane of reality in quite some time. As I said, it's not more than whispers that have happened before, but to have, as you described, this harvester offer you a boon or a favor, I tread lightly in that territory.
Bishop, I swear to God, if you can't maintain a poker face.
Yeah.
I say that out of character. Off mic.
So, as I said before, with this lunar cycle
You will
coming
meet
to
your
its
grave.
zenith, in about another Tuesday's time, probably about a time you will get to your next homestead or hamlet, you might be able to align the lunar energy to bring about your friend back to this plane.
Friend is a strong word.
Yeah.
I can give you the means to do that.
I don't know if we want it, but
It's yours to act on however you choose.
Oh,
You can
God.
leave it dormant, or you could bring about the harvest, as they did in the days of old.
yeah, just go ahead and hand off or probably a really awful world-ending thing. That's cool.
Oh,
Super
no.
cool.
Something of this ancient power, like I said, was squashed before.
Yeah.
It would definitely be diminished in strength. Tell me, it probably didn't even have a physical form, your last encounter.
No. So I'm
Weak.
thinking about putting it in a toddler, and then if he does anything spooky,
Put it
just
in a
fucking-
toddler?
Fucking ending him.
What?
Yeah, we were.
Anyways.
Do that?
The
Okay.
idea was to put it in a baby and then
I've-
kick it if anything happened.
Okay, I'm weird.
Just shake.
You're messed up.
But I mean, come on, like
I
that's a good.
just
plan,
have talking
right?
animals. You are.
It's a super good plan.
I'm basically a
I'm pretty
fairy
sure.
tale princess.
I'm pretty sure all these animals were people at one point
You
in
can't
time.
prove that.
It's like a
The bodies in the
fail-safe.
backyard say otherwise.
What bodies?
Never mind.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I
It's
guess
just a really drunk rabbit out there.
we'll take the thing.
You'll need these summoning stones.
Oh, good.
And this mixture of spices I've made for you while we were all here.
I'm gonna go ahead and push that towards Dagmar. I don't want anything to do with that.
And I put them in my robes, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't know she had pockets. That pocket has robes." And I'm like, "I mean, that robe has
Oh,
pockets." Yeah.
That robe's cute. Where'd you get it? It has pockets.
Meanwhile, outside there is a drunk rabbit that's like holding a bottle of Jameson, and it's just like, yeah, fucking hell, me old lady. I tell you.
Oh, that's just Ferguson.
And then he gets caught in the rabbit trap.
Yes. That's right. Shit again.
I set this thing up.
Gwendolyn, help me. And the nightingale just like,
Not again. You need to learn to put the bottle down.
This is quite the Disney movie we have going on here.
Yep.
Back to inside.
Back to inside the cabin.
Dagmar is stuffing her robe pockets.
Heavy with potion. Aw.
Okay. Well, so we're cool, right? Let's sleep and then go.
Are we sleeping in here?
Well,
No.
Oh,
You
well-
can leave now.
Well, you were all like, "Oh, it's just
It's
so
dangerous
it's
out
so
there."
dangerous out in the woods." Was
And
that
it's an
just 'cause
hour
you
and a
wanted
half
to
walk
keep
back to
us
camp.
for old?
I'm flying.
Quid pro quo, as your friend said.
Yeah. All right.
Bored now.
Okay, can we
Yeah.
talk? Can we talk like normal people
It is
now?
literally like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Can we
it's literally like 5 a.m.
I don't know, like sleep 3 more hours because fucking you had to wake us up at 3 a.m. because some
That only took us 2 hours and it was an hour and a half walk.
Some demigod talked to me in my sleep. I gotta wake my friends up. Sorry, I'm really.
Did you even grab your axe now that we're 45 minutes from the cabin?
Turn around.
Damn it, we gotta head.
You
back,
turn back
you
around.
guys.
You find your axe. You don't find the cabin.
Oh, it's like one of those things.
It's totally a thing.
This is definitely from
But
the movie.
still a
Brain.
drunk rabbit,
Don't eat
though.
the
No,
tarts.
but then we look to the left and there's the
Oh,
cabin. Turns out I misplaced my axe. Damn it.
Damn it.
Let me just set it here by the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet,
Still a drunk rabbit.
as the kids say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drunk rabbit actually
so-
tags along.
Yeah, drunk rabbit's like,
hey, guy.
Okay,
Hey,
yeah.
guy.
Of course, Bishop makes friends with the drunk fucking
I
hair.
didn't make friends with him. He just
like
knew
you?
I spoke rabbit.
He's just following us.
Yeah, but you're
now.
listening
God
and giving
damn it.
feedback, emotional support. Like, damn,
Yeah.
just let him be on his way.
He's
Got more of that road wine or
He's-
whiskey?
Oh my God, no!
Got any more of it?
You need to get the toxic people out of your life. It's 2019.
Hey.
Anyway,
So
we slept.
Aye.
We're at the next town,
Yeah.
right?
2 days time passes.
I'm not ready to make a
Okay,
decision.
so 2 days pass. Okay.
yeah.
Well, if we're doing
2
this,
days passed.
Well,
Dagmar's
is there anything more
catatonic.
you'd like to do in the woods?
No,
Okay.
we're moving on.
We drag.
Fergus the rabbit
We
doesn't
drag
join
a
you.
catatonic Dagmar as she stares off a 1,000-yard stare, deciding what to do.
A hawk sweeps up Ferguson, the drunk rabbit, and it's like,
thank fuck. You've been
Thank-
talking to every
home.
hawk like there's easy food.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm not eating
Yeah,
that.
thank
Ugh,
fucking
no.
God.
Fermented
No, I'm
rabbit?
sober. I don't need it pickled.
But that hawk that took the drunk rabbit was also drunk.
Yeah, it comes back like, you piece of shit. You ruined my
I
life.
can't-
My
you
hawk
can't-
life left.
Well, we tell you, don't venture too far from the cabin, Ferguson. Oh, God.
Oh, your mother told you.
So
That was your son?
So it's,
Um,
you haven't talked to us in 2 days, Dagmar. You okay?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
I mean,
Do I trust the scary witch lady?
do you trust the scary demigod that's like?
Do I trust in the balance? Yes, I always believe in the balance.
Yeah, but I guess she was pretty weird about shit.
She was pretty spooky about it, right? I'm not
Yeah,
reading that wrong,
yeah,
right?
No, she was. She did that weird like moan thing when I pulled out the spices. Kind of.
Why are you taking off your belt at the old lady's
It's
house?
a different belt.
Ugh.
I have 2 belts, one for my
I
pants and
know,
one
but
for my spices.
just take the spices out.
One for my
Like,
weapons, one for my explosives.
I have-
one for my pants.
anyways,
I'm like a
you were
Final
you were
Fantasy
you were
character.
flirting with her. You were flirting with her, and I'm just whatever.
You'd find some digits in your pocket after you
Oh,
left a
God.
day later.
I try
She
and
stuffed a crow.
I
up
try and
like
throw
a
them
carrot.
out, but they reappear in my pockets. Damn it!
Damn
Keep
it.
stuffing a carrier pigeon
God
in your
damn it.
pocket so it can just fly home. Anyways,
It's text you at 3
So-
a.m. you up. I know you are.
Yeah, you will.
the snake comes up.
you up.
Hey, you away.
I need another sniff of that coriander. God.
Didn't I give you enough? Damn. No, it's already gone. I put it in pickles.
Damn,
So-
motherfucker.
Witch pickles.
No, the witch pickles. The dill.
Witch pickles is what they
It
called me in
works on a
college.
couple different levels.
So 2 days travel passes uneventfully, besides from your drunk rabbit friend who hangs out for a day and a half, but then gets bored and wanders back to the
Thank
cove.
God.
Yeah,
Wanders back in the claws of a hawk.
his ride's there. He's okay. Son of a man. So you make it to the town of West Birch Run.
Was Philadelphia.
West
Born and
Birch
raised.
Run.
Yeah.
Did we find any information out of that book that we didn't know? That any was like, if he's resurrected again, the world will surely
hold on.
end.
Let me. If I
Some
look through,
There's
Obvious,
a whole
like,
if I look-
hey, don't do this.
if I look through the entry of the harvester, was there any new information other than what she explained, or did she just explain everything that's in the book?
It's just one paragraph.
It's just with a photo.
Like an encyclopedia
Illustration.
or some shit.
Yeah. Is he like, hey, this guy's cool, or hey, this guy probably shouldn't be resurrected?
Keep him dead.
Keep him
Sometimes dead's
dead.
better.
Keep his dead ass dead.
Again, it goes into the detail that, of course, he originally would come with the time of the harvest and leave and fulfill his function.
Mhm.
However, then, of course, his appetite grew, and he wanted to expand his influence over his flock or his fields. And so he would take more and more and leave less for those not in his
Ward.
ward, in his guidance,
So-
as it were, his worship.
What do you guys say? Do you guys want to make this an evil campaign? You want to fuck some shit up?
I need to. I feel like I should go talk to God again.
Yeah, hey, let's go to church.
Yeah,
Now's a
let's go
good
to church
time.
real quick. Just
Lace-
like sidebar, real quick. I'm gonna try to talk to my God.
My God.
My God.
My God.
Yeah. So
My God.
my God. It's late. So
So do you pick...
I'm gonna try to talk to the Raven Queen. Like I'm at the church and I try to convene with her. Does she give me? What do you call it when you convene with somebody? Party. Does she give me
Counsel?
party? Counsel. Counsel. Does she give me counsel?
Okay. You walk up to an altar dedicated to the passage of life to the other realms. This is a kind of a non-denominational church that represents a couple of the different new gods in this town. Because they see the balance between the life and death and everything in between. You commune to the altar dedicated for the Raven Queen. While you feel a divine presence, your ties to your divine magic are recharged. However, you do not receive an audience with the Raven Queen at this time. You just kind of get this vague notion of like, well, you are ushering life to its next natural state at this point. Dagmar, keep up the good work.
I poke my head into the church. Hey, how's it going in here? Anything?
Yeah, no, it's nice when you're trying to meditate and talk to a god.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'll be at the local breakfast joint.
Okay, so I try
I
to
got you, Salmon Benedict.
I try to convene.
Worried about your blood pressure.
To work over that spat in the woods. Sorry, babe.
Okay, so I go to
Bottomless mimosas.
I go back to the woods
Okay.
and I try to convene with the harvester.
Okay.
Do I reach him?
Tim rolls the dice.
Actual play podcast. Hang on. It's totally being picked up on the mic. Oh, Jesus. It being kind of the middle of the day, you seem to not get as strong as a presence from the harvest. You seem to have the strongest connection at dusk the last few times. Dusk and late nights were your strongest connections the last few times in the woods and in the Hamptons. At this point, no. You have a vague sense, again, that there's a divine presence out there, but it's not strong. It's very weak at this point. Possibly why
So
they enlisted you for your help.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do one more reconvene with this guy
All right.
Mm-mm.
Cool.
because I got some questions that need asked, but for right now, in the daylight, we should try to find a willing vessel.
Okay. So what do we just ask some old ass man like, hey, you feel like dying?
It's not dying, it's giving up your vessel.
Well, I mean, all right. I stop an old man in the street. Hey, old man.
Well, hello
you,
there.
You feel like giving up your vessel?
I'm not that old. I'm mid-aged.
It's fine, but do you,
I'm 32.
Old woman, man, sorry.
you
Old
didn't
man.
answer my question.
What's that?
Do you want to give up your vessel?
Whoa, yeah, Sonny. I've had
I've known you for
propositions.
all of 2 minutes.
I've had some strong propositions in my day, but well, if you want to get down to business, sure, you can do a little vessel swapping.
Oh, all right. Well, we found one, guys. Let's go.
I was gonna.
Whoa, okay, so there's gotta be. Oh, I don't do groups normally.
I think I think we have different purposes here.
Just like
Basil,
is-
you might want to reevaluate your choice
listen,
of words.
This is great. This is great.
I normally go for the
'em on.
tall guys.
No,
but,
listen.
You know,
Hey, listen. I don't
like that
care.
beard.
I don't care what he thinks. I mean, we got a yes. All we needed was
I don't think that's how it works. I think it has to be a spiritual yes.
Let it dawn on him slowly. That way, there's optimum willingness ratio.
Okay, let's go get him.
Hey,
drunk.
listen. weirdly old young man. Do you want to become a god?
I found these plants growing in the woods. I concocted them together to make a sort of pill, forget me not pill, you might say.
Did you just?
We can drop it in his drink.
I'm sorry.
Hang on, let's name it off the next thing we look at. Look at that roof over there.
Did you
How's
just?
that room?
Did you just create fantasy rohypnol?
Okay, so there's some guys in a canoe, row, hip, and I'm null about the name of this pill.
No. Here, take this. You won't feel a thing.
it's dangerous to go alone. Yeah, take this.
Man, we're Aztecs
All
apparently.
right. Anyway, I shoo the weird old young man
So
along.
let's look.
Go away.
Let's
We're
look
done
for
with you
some.
now.
You're lost.
Let's look for some people in the town that appreciate the old gods.
Okay.
So we go around and do that.
All
Just
right.
ask, hey,
What
you
is
into
that?
old gods?
Is that
Let's
like
maybe go to the churches or something where you
yeah.
find people
Why, but-
worshiping.
Okay, but like, why would you find people into old gods worshiping at new god churches?
Maybe there's an old god church. I'm saying we need to look.
it's kind of like an
okay.
all our well.
You know more about this religion thing than I do.
Tim, I need you to guide us a little
Did we
bit.
just?
All right, gather information check. I want you to go around and use your people skills.
Oh, there is no.
Yeah.
There's no people skills in 5th edition.
Use your charisma then.
Well, I literally fucking just take a shit in front of somebody.
That guy,
I have a
that guy harassed our old young guy.
I have a 17.
All right, so with Dagmar's knowledge of religion and her charismatic nature as, the new bird on the block, people want to engage with her, and they take her to a dark cellar door.
Okay, I see where this is going. They got a hold of some of Bishop's fantasy rohypnol. Some bad shit's going
They like the
down.
cut. They like the cut of Dagmar's
Jib.
I was gonna say jive for whatever reason. but-
Jive.
Is that
Junk
like my
driving
robes?
wave. Yeah.
You can give
No,
me
it's
no
the thing
jive.
dangling. Your bearded vulture. It's the
My beard
Your
comes
jib.
from
off
my-
of your beak nose. Yeah,
They know what to look for.
it's a jib.
So, anyways, some of the local townsfolk take you to their cellar door, where they.
Hot.
Yeah, I know, right? Drew Barrymore just.
Are we there too, or is it just just?
You guys go along with her?
I mean,
You say the party together.
did you meet back up with us when you went back out in the woods? You're just like, I'm leaving. I'm out in the woods.
I thought we met back up to find a
Okay.
vessel because
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like,
that's right.
hey,
That's right. We were supposed to solicit a vessel. Yeah. So we're all together.
Okay. And you, if you're all willing, you join.
Yes.
You join some locals into their cellar, where it's lit by candlelight. Stacks of books, a small, modest round table, and some
dirty
engravings.
mattress in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Some engravings upon the table, very similar to what you noticed in the cabin not too long ago.
Oh, it's the witch's crew, the coven. The coven, right?
Yes, we're part of a practice of magic users, and we're curious where you're going to go with this.
Well,
You start weirdly sweating.
it looks like
don't sweat,
Dagmar
I
is,
do.
if you, Turtle power, Raphael, leader of the group. But it's, Dagmar. TLE power. Turtle power.
So,
Yes.
yes, we're curious. Where do you want to go with this?
We're looking for a vessel.
Willing or unwilling?
I'm
Willing.
Very good. It matters. You laugh, but it matters.
You see a creepy guy in the corner. He's just like putting away his pill bottles.
His dagger.
He's like,
Please let it be him. I want him dead.
oh, man. All right. So, what do we got to do?
All right.
We need to wait for nightfall, for one.
Oh, yeah. Well,
We're going to
dusk.
reconvene. I've got a couple more things I got to work out. Really saving a lot for last minute. Am I right?
Yeah.
Why didn't I do this 2 days before
procrastination?
when we
I
rushed
get it.
that walk? We power walked the whole time. I didn't have time.
you wanted to stop and fish.
It was a 2 days journey, but we got it done in one. Don't know how.
Because
That was the joke.
Yeah.
That was the
Anyways,
joke, everybody.
very well.
Rough crowd.
We will make the preparations. Do you have the materials that our sister provided?
Yes.
Yeah, they were
Kind of
asking
rhetorical
you.
question.
Yeah.
We know you have them. We will arrange them. Join us here at the first hour of dusk.
We took them out of your pockets. See?
We did the liberty of taking them out of your pockets for you.
Man,
Wow.
Good job.
Guys,
You have much better
We
sleight of
also,
hand than
we
I.
also have your Toblerone.
this is some real
The Toblerone is part of the payment.
guys. This is some real Sabrina shit. You know that new show on Netflix. Netflix, our new sponsor.
Oddly enough, we were going to ask Sabrina to be the vessel.
Hmm.
Does the harvester care the gender?
I didn't ask. I'm gonna guess.
He's
no?
pretty progressive.
Why
No,
has
he's
it gotta be
an old-
why has it got to be a
Plus-
gender thing?
Oh my
We just
God.
were.
Well, he's an
Fish
old
up.
god. You know, sometimes they're
Sometimes they're peculiar with their vessels, and willing implies that there would be a strong will
Do you,
attached to this
do you guys have
a
like,
vessel, because if we picked a weak will vessel, probably would turn into quite a mess. So a good thing you didn't choose a toddler.
What
You
are-
weren't
what
going
are
to
your
consider a
feelings-
toddler, were you?
No, what are your feelings on a baby?
Don't do that.
Babies have pretty strong wills. let me
No,
say.
they don't.
Yeah, they do. When they
Nope.
want something,
Yeah,
Their
don't
mental
give them-
fortitude
they
and their physical will.
scream. Yeah. Well, you want physical will or mental will?
Both.
What's physical will?
I don't know.
I thought that came
Will-
from mental will.
Old,
know.
old mental will down at the bar. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Can we?
Mental will. He hangs out with old Nick.
We're gonna really divulge into some ethical dilemmas here with.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
so
I mean, like we
I'm-
practice some of the old
I just wanna
religions, but we're not baby
Listen,
murderers.
no,
I
no,
just
Yeah,
wanna
listen.
I need to go back to the woods.
You were gonna-
You want
yeah,
to
you
talk
weren't gonna
about
pick a-
strong-willed? You've seen toddlers? You've been a toddler in a department store, fighting for the thing you wanting and having a temper tantrum. Don't fucking tell me.
Listen.
Don't fucking tell me.
I'm saying the mystical bond from an elder god would probably render the vessel in twain.
Good.
Listen.
I mean,
listen.
We're kind of looking for something.
Let's keep the baby thing on as Plan B, okay?
Don't
Put
put the
that to the
baby on
back
the back
burner.
burner.
Pretty sure Plan B is what you do to not have
You
babies.
guys are. Oh, Jesus.
Oh no!
Good Plan B joke ruined by my arm.
No, keep it
Throw the
in there.
baby out with the Plan B water.
Guys are-
Wait, what?
Oh,
Guys are yucking it up real good. I love it. This-
we just lost half our
I
demographic.
love
Sorry.
this
folks.
situation. It's great.
Half our demographic.
Totally
like
comfortable.
Three-quarters our demographic.
Wow, you were excited about
I knew it.
the. I was gonna say Rogam.
Anyways,
Can
can you guys go? Can you guys leave our Covet library right now?
Yeah,
like
we're gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, can you
that'd
leave
be
the book? By the way, we're probably gonna need that.
No,
for
he
prep.
bought it. It's his.
Well,
he did.
It would help with the prep.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you have a
cool.
lot of books here.
No, it's cool.
We don't have that one.
I was done
Oh
with
my
it
God, so
anyway.
greedy.
Lockhart was
It's
holding that in
fine.
her library. She
Can
was
I-
from giving it up
You guys got some coriander.
at the mall. Yeah,
You at the you
At the
own
market.
Trade it for
mall?
gold. Trade it for gold.
at the market. Yeah, you can buy coriander there.
All right. Well, listen. If I could just have like some recompense because she took my spice when she took the book, or I took the book.
We'll give it back.
Oh, okay. I guess that's cool.
Okay, now that it's dusk, I'm
Here
gonna
it
go to
is.
the woods.
No.
and try to
Yep, here it is.
Thank
We've been
you.
talking about this book for
Thank
like
you.
hours. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
And so our intrepid heroes 3, they make the preparations to summon the harvester in living flesh and bone. Will they confront it? Will they serve its purpose? Time will tell. We see Basil, convening with the Covenant, trading what knowledge they have to prepare them for the Harvester. We see Dagmar venture to the woods to commune with the Tiller once more. And we have a bishop gathering the material components that will be seasonally appropriate for the Harvester. Think of harvest time plants, corn, squashes, all those wonderful seasonal vegetables that a druid would know how to find, and in the wild or easily accessible.
Hey, look, there's a farm over there. Yoink.
Or just summon it with your druid powers.
Domestic
You should-
plants, come to me.
Use your druid magics.